Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all my beloved students. Okay, so today, right, we will continue, our chapter, our syllabus in chapter 4. Operations and services of investment bank. All right, check it out. So for this topic, we will cover into the development of investment banks in Malaysia, all right, in terms of the services offered in investment bank. Okay, so what we are going to learn is the services offered in the equity broking, in terms of the advisory, in terms of the underwriting, fundraising, and also research. Okay, so investment bank, is a financial intermediary that specializes in large and complex financial transactions, such as underwriting. So investment bank is differ to the commercial banks and also the other types of types of banks, due to the functions and the roles of the investment bank itself. All right, so an intermediary between a securities issuer and the investing public. So this is the definition of investment bank itself. What is the difference between investment banks with other types of banks, and then facilitating mergers and other corporate reorganizations, and then acting as a broker, financial advisor for institutional clients. Okay, so now we go to the development of investment banks in Malaysia. Okay, so investment banks are established in Malaysia, on March 2005. Okay, so it is introduced by the Bank Negara Malaysia with the purpose to strengthen the finance sector. Okay, and then it is licensed to perform the investment banking functions. Specification on the investment banking functions by Securities Commission and Bank Negara Malaysia. So the new structure required that the merchant banks, stockbroking companies, and universal brokers to be transformed into investment banks. Latest by first quarter of 2007. Right? So in other words, it is the merger of merchant banks, stockbroking companies, and discount houses to become investment bank. So investment bank, the main function of investment bank is for the share trading, for the purpose of investment. That's why the name is investment banks. Okay, so these are some examples of investment banks in Malaysia. All right, so we have Maybank Investment Banking Berhad, FIN Investment Bank, CIMB Investment Bank, Hong Leong Investment Bank, and also we have Kenanga Investment Bank. Okay, so other than that, we have others investment bank in Malaysia, for example, FIN346 Investment Bank, Alliance Investment Bank, Investment Banks, and then we have CAF Investment Bank, MIDF, Public, and also RHB. Okay, so now we go to the services offered, in an investment bank. All right, so the main services offered is equity broking. Next we go to the advisory, and then fundraising, and lastly is research. Basically there are the other services offered, but for this topic we just focus on these 4 services offered in an investment bank. Okay, now we go to the equity broking. Okay, this is for the individual investing and institutional investing. Alright, so the equity capital market departments, alright, manage the investment bank's activities in the primary and secondary equity, as well as to the equity linked markets. Alright, so in these departments, okay, there are dealers, licensed dealers, and also remisers that will handle, okay, the transaction, the investment activities from the individual investors and also institutional investors. Okay, so what are the other equity broking services under this department? Right, so the services offered is placement and trading of stocks and shares. So these services will be monitored, will be handled by the dealers and also the remisers that will help, okay, that will help the investors, the new investors, and also the existing investors to do the transaction. Okay, and then arranging, structuring, and underwriting of stocks and shares. So this is purposely for the new stock or the new counters that will be issued to the public. All right, and then advising on investment activities. Okay, besides for the equity broking services, okay, for the stocks trading, okay, so the other investment activities that may be may offered to the investors, okay, for example, we have unit trust, okay, the other products that available in the market, and then share margin financing. Okay, this is for margin account, margin activities, okay, which is it depends whether the transaction is in cash margin, okay, or cash margin, cash transaction, or margin transaction. Okay. Okay, so we have the other services offered, market research and performance analysis. All right, so this service is prepared by the analysts, right? By the financial analyst, by the economic analyst, or maybe technical analyst that will do the analysis, that will monitor the market, and then later they will prepare the document, prepare the report. All right, so this report will be distributed or will be used by the other players, such as the banks, the companies, the traders, and also the other parties that may be involved, all right, in the investment itself. Okay, and then authorized depository agent or ADA. All right, so these are the activities under ADA. All right, we have opening or updating or closing of CDS account. So investment bank will offer this service to the individual investors as well as to the institutional investors in terms of you want to open CDS account, you want to update your CDS account, or you want to close your CDS account. And then the other services under ADA, all right, we have deposit or withdrawal and transfer of CDS accounts. All right, you want to deposit your money, you want to withdraw your account, as well as you want to transfer your CDS shares. And then CDS settlement and reconciliation of shares. Okay, so this is for settlement. All right, settlement after you have finished your share trading process. Okay, and then we have a CDS corporate action exercises. Okay, this is mainly focus on for example merger and acquisitions. Maybe they have and they need to pay some amount of fees. Okay, so these services will be offered to them. And then CDS balance inquiries. Okay, you want to ask about your balance inquiries, so you can request in ADA. All right. And then custody and nominee services. This is for the, especially for the margin trading. Okay. Okay. The second services offered, okay, is advisory. Okay, advisory in terms of the merger and acquisition, okay, restructuring and reorganization, and then strategic advisory. Okay, so merger and acquisition, examples of situation of merger is company A. We have company A and company B, and then company A, all right, plan to merge with company B. Okay, so if let's say company A take over company B, so A will dominant. Okay, the policy and so on will be depends on the company A. If merger activity, okay, company A and company B merge together, all right, so they will share the same information, the same proportion of maybe policy, okay, in terms of the other important information, important things about the company, so they will share the same proportion. Okay, restructuring and reorganization. Okay, for example, a company, they want to restructure their management, or maybe they want to reorganize their financial, or maybe some the others possible action, right? So they can request for the services from the investment bank. Okay, and then strategic advisory. Okay, strategic advisory, okay, means that, okay, certain companies, they want to have some advisory, okay, advice services from the investment banks, okay, in terms of to strengthen their businesses. Okay, so okay, next. All right, these are the services under advisory. For example, number one, advising and preparing companies for flotation, the stock exchange. Okay, identifying potential merger partners and takeover targets. Right, devising and executing strategies for capital raising activities. Okay, and then providing advice from corporate restructuring exercises. All right, and then offering independent evaluation. Okay, investment bank also will evaluate, okay, valuing the company's price, if let's say in the case of liquidation or bankruptcy. Okay, now we go to the fundraising. Okay, fundraising, of course, this is purposely under for the debt market or equity capital market. Okay, as I mentioned before, okay, the purpose of counters or companies to be listed on Bursa Malaysia is due to the fundraising. Okay, they want to raise funds from the potential investors. Okay, so the debt capital markets department provides the investment banks corporate clients with the expertise in structuring debt financing programs via debt securities instruments, conventional or Islamic. Okay, so these are the fundraising services. Okay, we have advising and arranging for the issuance of debt securities, arranging or providing bridging loans pending the issuance of debt securities, underwriting the issuance, subscribing the issuance, placement of debt securities, and agency role throughout the tenure of the debt. Okay, next. All right, we go into the research service offered. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, all right. So investment bank, okay, has their own dealer or remisers, as well as their analysts, technical analysts. They have financial analysts. So these people, okay, will monitor, will make analysis, okay, based on the what happened in the market. Okay, so from this observation, from this analysis, all right, this expertise, these expert people, okay, these expert people will prepare their report, okay, and then they will this report will be used, okay, by various parties that involved in the investment. Okay. Okay, so these are some of the research activities. For example, of research, you may search this research report. You may read them. Okay, for example, Malaysian equity strategy, MIDF equity base, MIDF economics, and so on. So research analysts, okay, will follow, okay, stocks and bonds and make recommendations whether to buy or sell or hold those securities. Okay, so we end our chapter 4. So I hope that every one of you, okay, understand, okay, the services offered in an investment bank. Okay, later we will, okay, learn, we will get to know what are the services, what are the operations in stockbroking firm. All right, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.